Welcome back to the deep dive. Really excited today because we're plunging into Suzanne Collins' big return to Panem. We're talking about the new prequel, Sunrise on the Reaping.
Yeah, so our mission today is basically to unpack a recent book review, figure out the key insights, what makes this one feel so, well, compelling and dark. It's definitely being called an emotionally charged return to the Hunger Games world. So for listeners ready to dive back in, what's the basic setup? What did the review focus on?
Right, so the review makes it pretty clear, and this is fascinating, we're jumping back quite a bit, 24 years before Katniss's games. And it's set specifically during the 50th Hunger Games.
Ah, the second Quarter Quell, infamous.
Exactly, the second Quarter Quell. And the absolute center of this story is Haymitch Abernathy.
Haymitch, okay.
Yeah, the only living victor from District 12 before Katniss and Peeta came along. The review really emphasizes how this look at his origins gets into the roots of his, bitterness.
That famous wit, too. That sharp wit, definitely. And ultimately, how he develops into that really pivotal mentor figure we know from the original books.
That's fantastic, getting inside Haymitch's head like that. So, okay, beyond just Haymitch, what did the review say about how this story expands our view of Panem itself, its history, its evolution?
Well, it definitely adds some really rich layers, both for Haymitch and for Panem's history, which is, pretty complex already. For Haymitch, the review points out how the specific rules of his quell, remember they double the tributes, twice as many kids, how that cruelty really cemented his deep distrust of the capital.
Ah, okay. You can see how that would forge his cynicism.
Absolutely. And for Panem, if you read The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, this book apparently continues that trend. It shows more about the capital's media manipulation, their control tactics, before Snow was fully in charge.
So it's filling in more gaps in that timeline then?
Exactly, filling in the timeline, showing that evolution.
So it sounds like more than just a character piece. It's also a deeper system analysis. And speaking of the system, the review seemed really positive about Collins' writing itself, her style.
Oh yeah, the review had high praise there. It mentioned her distinct pace and structure, really tight chapters apparently. Keeps things moving relentlessly.
High emotional stakes, I think, was the phrase used.
That's it, high emotional stakes. It sounds like she really pulls you into the grim reality of it all. Masterfully done, according to the review.
And part of that reality, it seems, is the political subtext. What did the review say about how the book handles the capital's cruelty and the psychological impact?
Right, this seems key. The review highlighted that the novel really examines the capital's cruelty, not just physically, but the profound psychological cost of just surviving. It's stressed that this isn't really a story about winning, it's about survival, consequence, and the heavy cost of defiance.
The cost of defiance, that really hits home. It makes you rethink what victory even means in that world.
Precisely. What does it actually mean to win these games?
And on that intense note, the review did mention a critique, or maybe a warning, that the games here are more violent and visceral. Possibly unsettling.
Yes, it did point that out.
Yeah.
More visceral than maybe even the other books.
Why do you think that level of rawness, that brutality is important here? Why is it crucial?
Well, the review suggests that's exactly where Collins really succeeds. It's not violence for violence's sake. It underscores the grim reality, the capital's absolute power, and the truly awful price tributes pay, even if they survive.
So it's necessary to show the full horror.
It seems so. The review kind of implies this rawness makes you confront the horror directly, which then makes Haymitch's trauma, his later struggles, much more understandable. It gives it context. So wrapping it up, the review's overall verdict seems pretty strong. Called Sunrise on the Reaping a chilling, brilliant return. Something that expands the world with real emotional depth and moral complexity. And it really cements Collins' reputation, doesn't it, as a master of YA political fiction.
A chilling, brilliant return. Okay, so thinking about all this, what does it mean for you, the listener, the reader? Maybe consider how understanding where Haymitch came from, seeing the sheer brutality of that 50th Games, how that might change how you see the original trilogy, how you see Panem itself. It definitely leaves you thinking about the enduring cost of defiance against tyranny, something to ponder.